Welcome to this week's episode of Analyzing Chazal. This week we'll be analyzing a Rashi and a Sifsei Chachamim on this week's parsha, Parshas Tavah. Let's first start with the pasuk. The pasuk, Perek Chavav, pasuk Yud Gimel, says, "Lo avarti mitzvosecha v'lo shachachti." I did not transgress your commandments, nor did I forget. Let us explain the pasuk. The pasuk here is discussing the mitzvah of vidui meiser, where the Torah commands us to say aloud at the end of the third and sixth year of the Shemitah cycle that we complied with all our requirements that relate to the tithes, which include separating and giving to the Kohanim, Leviim, and the poor, all of the required tithes like Meiser, Truma, etc. The last two aspects the Torah mentions is that I did not transgress any of the commandments relating to the tithe, nor did I forget. Rashi comes to explain what these last two sentences mean. Rashi explains that the words lo avarti means that I separated all the tithes in exact accordance with the halacha. And the words lo shachachti means that I do not forget to bless you when I separated the tithes. The Sifsei Chachamim explains that when Rashi says, I did not forget to bless you at the time of the separation of the tithes, the Torah is not telling us that he forgot to make a bracha on the mitzvah, but rather it means that I did not forget to praise you at the time of the separation of the tithes. Now let us analyze this Sifsei Chachamim. The question: it would seem from the Sifsei Chachamim that the proper time to praise God for all the bounty he received would be when he separated the tithes. This is hard to understand. Usually we praise God for the bounty that we received is the time when we get actual pleasure from it. For example, when we eat, we thank God before and after the meal, as that is the time we have pleasure. It can also make sense to thank God when you're bringing the bounty into your house, but why specifically when you're taking the tithes? As we mention all the time, the answer has to come directly from the question, which was that it seemed like the time of separating the tithes was not the correct time for praising God. The answer then can be that it actually is the perfect time, as when a person is giving away part of his bounty due to God's commandment, this is the time it is necessary to praise God. So he realizes that the bounty is not truly his and it only came from God, which makes it easier for him to give away. Well, what is the practical application? Well, we know that one of the most difficult mitzvahs in the Torah to perform is the mitzvah of tzedakah, because we view our money as being ours, and therefore we feel we should not have to give so much away. One way to fight this feeling is whenever we are about to give tzedakah, we should think about our bank account and how we can cover our monthly expenses and say thank you to God. And with that recognition that all our money and good fortune comes from God, it will be easier for us to do the mitzvah of tzedakah with a smile. See you next week for Parshas Nitzavim.